What up, guys? Born Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, December 10th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Kendrick Lamar leads all artists with 8 Grammy Award nominations for his work on the soundtrack for Black Panther, the Recording Academy announced Friday. Drake followed with 7 nominations for his work on Scorpion. Cardi B, Lady Gaga, Childish Gambino, Maren Morris, and Her received 5 nominations each. For Album of the Year, the nominees include Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy, Brandy Carlisle with By the Way, I Forgive You, Drake, Scorpion, Her, Post Malone, Beer Bongs and Bentley, Janelle Monáe with Dirty Computer, Casey Musgraves with Golden Hour, and Kendrick Lamar for Black Panther, the album. For Record of the Year, the nominees include I Like It by Cardi B, Bad Bunny, and J Balvin, The Joke by Brandy Carlisle, This Is America by Childish Gambino, God's Plan by Drake, Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, All the Stars, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Rockstar, Post Malone featuring 21 Savage, and The Middle by Zedd, Maren Morris, and Gray. For Song of the Year, the nominees include All the Stars, Boot Up, God's Plan, In My Blood, The Joke, The Middle, Shallow, and This Is America. For Best New Artist, the nominees include Chloe and Haley, Luke Combs, Greta Van Fleet, Her, Dua Lipa, Margot Price, Baby Reha, and Georgia Smith. Best Pop Solo Performance, the nominees include Camila Cabello for Havana Live, Ariana Grande for God is a Woman, Beck for Colors, Post Malone for Better Now, and Lady Gaga, Joanne, Where Do You Think You're Going? For Best Pop Duo Group Performance, the nominees include Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper for Shallow, Maroon 5 featuring Cardi B with Girls I Like You, Backstreet Boys with Don't Go Breaking My Heart, Christina Aguilera featuring Demi Lovato with Fall in Line, Tony Bennett and Diana Krall with So Wonderful, Zedd, Maren Morris, and Gray with The Middle, and Justin Timberlake featuring Chris Stapleton with Say Something. The Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album, the nominees include Barbra Streisand for The Music, The Memories, The Magic, Seal with Standards Deluxe, Gregory Porter with Nat King Cole and Me, Willie Nelson with My Way, and Tony Bennett and Diane Krall with Love Is Here to Stay. For Best Pop Vocal Album, the nominees include Ariana Grande for Sweetener, Taylor Swift for Reputation, Shawn Mendes for Shawn Mendes, Camila Cabello for Camilla, Kelly Clarkson for Meaning of Life, and Pink for Beautiful Trauma. For Best Rock Album, the nominees include Fall Out Boy with Mania, Weezer for Pacific Daydream, Alice in Chains for Rainier Fog, Ghost with Prequel, and Greta Van Fleet for From the Fires. For Best Rock Song, the nominees include Jumpsuit, Black Smoke Rising, Mantra, Rats, and Mazda Education. For Best Rock Performance, the nominees include Arctic Monkeys with 4 out of 5, Hellstorm with Uncomfortable, Greta Van Fleet for Highway Tune, The Fever 333 for Made in America, and Chris Cornell when Bad Does Good. For Best Metal Performance, the nominees include Under Oath with On My Teeth, Trivium with Betrayer, High on 5 with Electric Messiah, Death Heaven with Honeycomb, and Between the Buried and Me with Condemn the Gallows. For Best Urban Contemporary Albums, the nominees include The Carters with Everything Is Love, Chloe and Haley with The Kids Are Alright, Chris Dave and the Drumheads with Chris Dave and the Drumheads, Miguel with War and Leisure, and Michelle Nicocello with Ventriloquism. For Best R&B Album, the nominees include PJ Morton for Gumbo Unplugged Live, Her for Her, Layla Hathaway with Honestly, Leon Bridges with Good Thing, and Tony Braxton for Sex and Cigarettes. For Best R&B Song, the nominees include Long As I Live, Boot Up, Come Through and Chill, Feels Like Summer, and Focus. For Best R&B Performance, the nominees include Tony Braxton for Long As I Live, PJ Morton for First Began, Her featuring Daniel Caesar with Best Part, Layla Hathaway with Yoy, and The Cars with Summer. For Best Traditional R&B Performance, the nominees include Charlie Wilson featuring Layla Hathaway with Made for Love, Leon Bridges with Bet Ain't Worth the Hand, Betty Lavette with Don't Fall Apart on Me Tonight, Major with Honest, and PJ Morton featuring Yeba with How Deep Is Your Love. For Best Rap Album, the nominees include Cardi B with Invasion of Privacy, Pusha T for Daytona, Mac Miller for Swimming, Travis Scott for Astroworld, and Nipsey Hussle with Victory Lap. For Best Rap Song, the nominees include God's Plan, Win, Sicko Mode, Lucky You, and The King's Dead. For Best Rap Performance, the nominees include Drake for Nice for What, Cardi B for Be Careful, Kendrick Lamar, J-Rock featuring James Blake with King's Dead, Travis Scott, Drake, Big Hawk, and Swally with Sicko Mode, and Anderson .Paak with Bubblin'. For Best Rap Song Performance, the nominees include Childish Gambino with This Is America, Post Malone featuring 21 Savage with Rockstar, Christina Aguilera featuring Gold Link with Like I Do, Six Black featuring J. Cole with Pretty Little Fears, and Kendrick Lamar and SZA with All the Stars. For Best Country Album, the nominees include Casey Musgraves for Golden Hour, Chris Stapleton for From a View Volume 2, Chelsea Ballerini with Unapologetically, Brothers Osborne with Port St. John, and Ashley McBride with Girl Going Nowhere. For Best Country Song, nominees include Tequila, When Someone Stops Loving You, Break Up in the End, Dear Hate, I Live It. For Best Country Solo Performance, nominees include Keith Urban for the song Parallel Line, Chris Stapleton for Millionaire, Casey Musgraves for Butterflies, Loretta Lynn for Wouldn't Be Great, Marion Morris for Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters. And for Best Country Duo Group Performance, the nominees include Little Big Town with Someone Stops Loving You, Beba Reha and the Florida Georgia Line with Meant to Be, Brothers Osborne with Shoot Me Straight, Dan and Shay with Tequila, and Mary Morris featuring Vince Gill with Dear Hate. The Grammys will be presented on February 10th at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. The event will be broadcast on CBS. Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark Iron Man recorded a farewell message as he floats in a spacecraft with no food or water in Friday's first trailer for Avengers Endgame. The usually sarcastic Stark said solemnly, "Part of the journey is the end." The 2.5-minute preview reminds viewers that Josh Brolin's Thanos succeeded in his mission to wipe out half of the living creatures on Earth in the last moments of this year's Avengers Infinity War. Black Panther, played by Chadwick Boseman, Spider-Man, played by Tom Holland, Groot, played by Vin Diesel, Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt, and Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, are among those who disappeared. Captain America, played by Chris Evans, and Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson, are seen in the trailer discussing a plan to bring everyone back from wherever Thanos sent them. Their fellow Avengers, Hawkeye, played by Jeremy Renner, and Ant-Man, played by Paul Rudd, who are not in Infinity War, as well as Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth, and Bruce Banner, Hulk, played by Mike Ruffalo, are also spotted in the clip. The film is set for theatrical release in April. Zachary Levi has uploaded onto Instagram the first poster for Warner Bros. And DC Comics' next superhero epic, Shazam. The poster released on Thursday features Levi in full costume as the titular hero leaning up against a wall while using his cell phone and chewing on bubblegum. The tagline reads, "Just say the word," a reference to how young Billy Baston is said to be portrayed by Asher Angel, can become an adult superhero played by Levi by saying the word Shazam. Levi said, "Heyo, the new poster for at the Shazam movie is here, and there's a new trailer coming in the next year, hinting at when the next trailer for the film will be released." Shazam is set to arrive in theaters on April 5th. David F. Sandberg is directing based on a script by Henry Gayden. Jack Dylan Grazer as Billy's best friend Freddy, and Mark Strong as the villainous Dr. Thaddeus Savannah are also set to star. Charlie Cox says he was surprised Daredevil was canceled after 3 seasons because he thought there were still more stories to tell through the Marvel drama. The actor told Entertainment Weekly, "I'm very saddened by that." He added, "It's just how business works, but also these characters meant a lot to people. It's weird to think that there's a chance I won't be playing Matt Murdock ever again. That's a bizarre feeling because that character has been such a huge part of my life for the last 4.5 years. The streaming service said last month it would not bring the show back for a 4th season. A Netflix representative said at the time, "We are tremendously proud of the show's last and final season, and although it's painful for the fans, we feel it's best to close this chapter on a high note." Showrunner Eric Olson took to Twitter to express his disappointment with the news and gratitude to his colleagues. He tweeted, "Sometimes a gig is just a paycheck. When we're lucky, it's so much more. There was something magical about working on Daredevil Season 3. We all felt it." The Daredevil announcement follows the cancellations of Marvel's Iron Fist and Luke Cage on Netflix. HBO released a 55-second teaser for the 8th and final season of its medieval fantasy Game of Thrones. Titled Dragonstone, the clip shows ice creeping across a map from one side to meet in the middle flames that are coming from the opposite direction. Figurines of a dragon, lion, and wolf symbolize the three families battling for power are consuming the process. The preview concluded with the message, the final season, April 2019. It's got more than 3 million views on YouTube since it was posted Thursday night. No cast members appeared in the video. The show's ensemble includes Sophie Turner, Peter Dinklage, Kit Harington, Emilia Clarke, Lena Headey, Sophie Turner, Maisie Williams, and Nicolo Coster-Waldau. Game of Thrones is based on George R.R. Martin's book series, A Song of Ice and Fire. Martin is developing a prequel series with HBO starring Naomi Watts and Josh Weisshaus. Netflix announced Friday that the first look at The Umbrella Academy will be released on Saturday. The Umbrella Academy is said to be a television series. It's based on Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance and Gabriel Ba comic book of the same name. The comic book follows a dysfunctional family of superheroes who work together to solve their father's mysterious death. Netflix said, grab your umbrellas alongside a short video clip that features an umbrella logo for the project. Ellen Page, Kate Walsh, Mary J. Blige, Tom Hopper, Cameron Britton, Robert Sheehan, Emily Raver Lampman, Adam Goldley, Aidan Gallagher, David Castaneda, John McGregor, and Ashley Maduque and Colin Farrell are set to star. Way is a co-executive producing alongside Steve Blackman from Fargo, who is also serving as a showrunner. The pilot script was written by Jeremy Slater. The Umbrella Academy is set to premiere on Netflix with 10 episodes on February 15th. The revival of the police drama New York Undercover is in the works. The Kevin Arkadek and Dick Wolf procedural initially ran on Fox from 1994 to 1988 and starred Malik Yoba and Michael DeLorenzo as undercover detectives solving crimes in Manhattan. Deadline reported, Hand of God creator Ben Watkins is penning the pilot for a reboot of the series. He would also produce the show alongside with Wolf. ABC is in talks to air the series, but Fox is also reportedly interested. No casting has been decided yet. Watkins retweeted a link to the article about the revival and posted his own message, which says, "What? My favorite show is coming back? Oh, we're about to have some fun with this. Hashtag New York Undercover, hashtag Buckle Up, hashtag Dream Check." It has also featured a winky face emoji with its tongue sticking out. Bringing back long-canceled shows has been a recent trend in streaming and broadcast television, with Roseanne, Will and Grace, Murphy Brown, Gilmore Girls, and Full House all getting fresh episodes years after they went off the air. Season 2 of the sci-fi drama American Gods is to premiere on Starz on March 10th. Production on the second season recently wrapped in Toronto. Based on Neil Gaiman's novel, the hour-long show is about a war brewing due to the, quote, traditional gods of mythological roots from around the world steadily losing believers to an upstart pantheon of gods reflecting society's modern love of money, technology, media, celebrity, and drugs, the press release says. The series stars Ricky Whittle, Emily Browning, Orlando Jones, Pablo Schreiber, Crispin Glover, and Sir Ian McShane. The Disney Channel has released the first trailer for its upcoming live-action movie, Kim Possible. The titular teen heroine, who's played by Sadie Stanley in the preview, says, "So a few years ago, I accidentally received a distress call. I was done with my homework, so I answered it. Now, well, I saved the world." The action comedy is based on the animated TV series of the same name, which aired from 2002 to 2007. The 70-second clip, which has gotten more than 700,000 views since it was posted on YouTube Friday, shows Kim teaming up with her best friend Ron Stoppable, played by Sean Jabroni, to thwart villains. The synopsis says, while Kim and Ron have always been one step ahead of their opponents, navigating the social hierarchy of high school is more challenging than the action heroes ever imagined. With Draken, played by Todd Statwick, and Shigo, played by Taylor Ortega, lurking in the wings, Kim must rely on her family and friends of Team Possible, Ron, the tech genius, Wade, played by Isaac Ryan Brown, new friend Athena, played by Sierra Wilson, and Rufus, a naked mole rat, to stop these supervillains. The TV movie is to debut on the cable network in 2019. Guest host Jason Momoa reprised his iconic Game of Thrones role on this weekend's edition of Saturday Night Live. Momoa revived the long-dead king in the show's Khal Drogo Goes Dojo sketch. Shirtless, bearded, and speaking in Dothraki with English subtitles, he co-hosted the Fox talk show alongside SNL player Kenan Thompson. Together they greeted characters who had been killed off of Game of Thrones, including Hodor, played by Beck Bennett, Joffrey, played by Kate McKinnon, and the High Sparrow, played by Pete Davidson. When the still-living Brienne, played by Heidi Gardner, appears, Khal Drogo mistook her for a man, prompting Brienne to say, "Wow, you have a lot to learn about identity politics." Khal Drogo responded, "You're right, Khal needs to learn from Khal's mistake, or Khal never win Oscar, never hold Oscars." Referencing to how comedian Kevin Hart stepped down as Oscar host last week after he was criticized for anti-gay remarks he tweeted several years ago. The sketch ended with Addie Bryant making a surprise appearance as Olenna Tyrell and brawling with Joffrey. Momoa will be seen on the superhero movie Aquaman starting December 21st. Netflix released online Sunday a brief video announcing the titles of the episodes for Season 3 of Stranger Things. The minute-long teaser for the 1980s set sci-fi show revealed the next chapters are called Susie Do You Copy?, The Mall Rats, The Case of the Missing Lifeguard, The Sauna Test, The Source, The Birthday, The Bite, and The Battle of Starcourt. The clip concluded, in the summer of 1985, the adventure continues. Stranger Things 3 coming 2019. Set in Indiana, the supernatural series stars Winona Ryder, David Harbour, Millie Bobby Brown, Finn Wolfhard, Gaten Matarazzo, Caleb McLaughlin, Noah Schnapp, Sadie Sink, Natalia Dyer, Charlie Heaton, and Joe Keery. BBC America announced Sunday that it has renewed the sci-fi series Doctor Who for another season, with Jodie Whittaker returning as the titular-time heroine. The show's Twitter account says the Doctor and her friends will land again with an all-new season on at BBC America in early 2020, #Doctor Who. Toslyn Cole, Mandeep Gill, and Bradley Walsh co-star. Whittaker took over the role this season from outgoing star Peter Capaldi. She is the first female to play the part. Her first season ended Sunday, and a New Year's special is slated to air on January 1st. The Broadchurch alum told UPI in October that she is still adjusting to her newfound fame. She says, "You are famous before you stepped on set, so you've made this huge life choice for your family forever and yourself and your career, and you're a familiar face because you're kind of accepted yourself what that will mean." Post Malone will be part of Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest broadcast, ABC announced. The rapper will perform remotely from a stop of his concert tour in Brooklyn. His album Beer Bongs and Bentleys was nominated for Best Album Grammy Award Sunday. Seacrest will host a holiday special starting December 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Manhattan's Times Square. Jenny McCarthy will provide commentary throughout the show. The network said in a press release, Sierra will ring in the new year from the West Coast as the host of the Hollywood Party, joined by performances by Chelsea Ballerini, The Chainsmokers, Foster the People, Dua Lipa, Ilamai, and Charlie Puth, as well as collaborations from Macklemore with Skylar Grey and presented by Planet Fitness, and The Chainsmokers featuring Chelsea Ballerini. And Diana Ross, Kelly Clarkson, Andy Grammer, John Legend, and Blake Shelton have been booked to perform on the holiday special NBC's New Year's Eve. Last Call host Carson Daly and Legend's wife, lip sync battle co-host Chrissy Teigen will preside over the events in New York's Times Square. Saturday Night Live player Leslie Jones will offer commentary. Keith Urban is scheduled to join the telecast live from the Jack Daniels Music City Midnight New Year's Eve show in Nashville. The special is expected to air December 31st from 10 to 11 p.m. It will take a break for the local news report and return for the final countdown and performances from 11:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. The anime adventure Ralph Breaks the Internet is the #1 movie in North America for a third weekend, earning an additional $16.1 million in receipts, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in #2 is Dr. Seuss the Grinch with $15.2 million, followed by Creed 2 at #3 with $10.3 million, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald #4 with $6.8 million, and Bohemian Rhapsody #5 with $6 million. Rounding up the top tier are Instant Family #6 with $5.6 million, Green Book at #7 with $3.9 million, Robin Hood at #8 with $3.6 million, The Possession of Hannah Grace at #9 with $3.2 million, and Widows at #10 with $3.1 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1967, soul legend Otis Redding dies in a plane crash near Madison, Wisconsin. When he left his final recording session in Memphis, Otis Redding intended to return soon to the song he'd been working on. He still had to replace a whistled version thrown in as a placeholder with additional lyrics that he yet to write. In the meantime, however, there was a television appearance to make in Cleveland, followed by a concert in Madison, Wisconsin. On his final approach to Madison on this day in 1967, however, the private plane carrying soul music legend Otis Redding would crash into the frigid waters of a small lake 3 miles short of the runway, killing 7 of the 8 men aboard, including Redding. Sitting on the dock of the bay would be released in its unfinished form several weeks later, with Redding's whistled version as a seemingly indispensable part of the now classic record. It would soon become history's first posthumous #1 hit and the biggest pop hit of Redding's career. In the 6 months leading up to his death, Otis Redding had gone from one great success to another. In June, Aretha Franklin had taken a cover of his song Respect all the way to #1 on the pop charts. Later that month, the adulation of the young audience of rock fans at the Monterey International Pop Festival had transformed him into an icon of the blossoming counterculture thanks to his blistering, now legendary live performance there. But if Otis Redding was only beginning to gain momentum within the largely white mainstream in 1967, he was already a giant in the world of soul music. Also on this date in 2009, Avatar, a 3D science fiction epic helmed by Titanic director James Cameron, makes its debut in London and grows on to become the highest-grossing movie in history. Starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, and Sigourney Weaver, the box office mega hit was praised for its state-of-the-art technology and earned 9 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. Set in the year 2154, the Avatar tells the story of a disabled ex-Marine, Jake Sully, who is recruited to help conquer and colonize Pandora, a faraway moon that is home to a mineral deposit coveted by people on Earth whose energy resources are almost depleted. Pandora is inhabited by the Na'vi, a group of nature-loving, blue-skinned, half-alien, half-human creatures intent on protecting their own ecosystem. Cameron hired a linguist to create a unique language for the Na'vi. Using an avatar to explore Pandora because the air there is toxic to humans, Jake falls in love with the Na'vi princess and goes native, eventually working to save the Na'vi from the human colonists. Cameron wrote the script for Avatar in 1994. However, at the point, the technology didn't exist to produce the movie he wanted. In the meantime, he penned and directed Titanic, the 1997 blockbuster that garnered 11 Oscars and became the first film to gross more than $1 billion internationally. Prior to Titanic, Cameron helmed such films as The Terminator 1984, Aliens 1986, and The Abyss 1989, and became known for his imaginative use of special effects. In 2009, he told The New Yorker, "Avatar integrates my life's achievement. It's the most complicated stuff anyone has ever done." Among the technologies used to make Avatar was performance capture, which turned an actor's movements into a computer-generated image. At the 82nd Academy Awards held in March 2010, Avatar won Oscars for Best Visual Effects, Cinematography, and Art Direction. And as your entertainment report for Monday, December 10th, 2018, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.